think as a last question that we can ask to maybe four of us, and maybe some of the audience, maybe you want to give your thoughts to, like, what are your hopes going forward for this country, for this Malaysia? We are on our 63rd Independence Day. What are your hope for, like, maybe on your 70th or maybe on your 80th, 100th? Maybe we live that long. So we just want to know, like, maybe what are your thoughts about this country going forward? Maybe Anas can go first.
For me personally, freedom is not only freedom from the colonial rule, but also freedom from corruption and freedom from injustices and inequity done towards the people of Malaysia. And what are needed to be done is through intense education, intense political literacy for every and each of Malaysian populations to know how to elect the best leaders to lead Malaysia, just like Rafiq said, to move forward as a whole nation, to bring justice towards the people, equity towards the people, and to not leave anyone behind, no matter from any races, from any economical background, or from any social classes. We are one, we are Malaysia. Our multiracial society is what makes Malaysia great. You will never find anything like Malaysia, because the term of Malaysia truly Asia really resonates Malaysia and really truly reflects back towards the social condition of Malaysia as a whole. So I hope people will be more literate in especially choosing their leaders, because that is the first step or the step going forward to bring Malaysia greater uh, from before. Maybe Brother Ilya, what is your hope for Malaysia going forward?
Well, I can't put it as beautifully as you would say it, rather Anas, but I think simply said for me, I just want some political stability, something amongst maybe in like 40, 50, 60 years where our political scene would be, instead of opposition parties fighting each other for political power, they could probably fight each other to have political progress and social and economical progress. So because currently we kind of see a lot of clown fiestas in the Parliament House, where instead of using the time to literally discuss the bills that are supposed to be discussed and discuss law, they use the time to diss on them and call other members of the parliament racial slurs, which I find quite worrisome because they're getting paid to do that. So, and I guess not to be so political here, but I just want to see something like, I want to see the future to be more beneficial for future Malaysians. Yeah. Brother Rafiki?
Uh, you guys put it beautifully. Ilya got the point about political stuff, especially in the parliament. I agree with that. I really dislike it, especially when I saw it coming into my timeline in Twitter or Facebook or wherever. And then Anas, of course, we need good governance, essentially, moving forward so that we'll be able to achieve more as a nation, because we need leaders with integrities. Otherwise, dreams can only be dreams and cannot be achieved at all. So my hope would be that all the racial tensions will be resolved as quickly as possible. Uh, how do I say this? I go to Twitter way too often, and then I always got the impression that people in Malaysia are essentially racist. Until I actually go out, I went to events, I spoke to people, um, especially our our fellow Malaysians who are Chinese and Indians, and I can say that maybe we're all just being paranoid. I think if we truly want to get a true picture of how our nation really is, you have to go out and talk to people and travel. Otherwise, um, going into your going into just social media will just cram your mind from truly understanding the whole situation. And then to to that. I hope you guys don't mind. Last week I went to Sabah and I went to this the part Sampurna, where it was very evident the Bajau Laut people, they were living in poverty. So I myself never understood the concept of poverty until I actually went there myself. So I think if many more Malaysians did like what I did, that is to travel and to try to actually go understand people, I think we as a nation would be more compassionate towards each other, and then finally we'll be able to have a main ground to steer our nations forward together. That's my hope for the future.
So from my part, I think you guys already put it all really beautifully. You went to talk about racial harmony, political stability, good governance. What I really want from Malaysia going forward in the future is we can truly act as Malaysians as one. We can integrate and assimilate between each of our own culture, not just the Chinese and Indians integrating within the Malay culture, but Malay must also integrate with the Chinese and Indian culture. We need to be more open towards other people's culture. We can learn about their culture, and we can also maybe simulate a bit part of their culture and maybe exchange of culture. But like what I really want from Malaysia is we want to put Malaysia first, not just the agenda of one party first, not political party, but like a party of people who just wants to benefit themselves. I don't want that. I want people to think about Malaysia first, because like what Rafiki said, there's really a really big social disparity between maybe like KL and Selangor people, with people who are actually facing poverty, maybe in Perlis, Kedah, or Sabah and Sarawak. So like we as a Malaysian needs to actually cover for other people who are also Malaysian but haven't gained the same benefit as us Malaysians. We need to be as equal as we can to other people, and we need to be as a country moving forward as Malaysia, one people, one country. And I just want to have that in our country because like what Brother Ilyas said and Brother Rafiki said, there's too much social unrest, political unrest right now. People are just out to just having fights, and that's not really good. And in the event of Merdeka, I hope that we can actually come into a table or on a table and discuss between ourselves like what actually we want for a better Malaysia for everyone, not just for one group of people, but for everyone. That's what I thought for Malaysia. Yeah.